Welcome to more creative films.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the More Creative Films channel. Please take a second to subscribe, hit the thumbs up and the notification tab. Today we have a special person. Let me tell you, before I tell you who he is, I met this guy actually at my house. We were filming a movie. And I see this guy and I'm like, wow. And what's funny is I've seen his videos long before. His videos have gone all over the world. This guy is known as Cholo Challenge. Xavier Juarez, welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you for having me. Excuse me.
Oh man, it's cool to have this guy. This guy's a good-hearted guy, man. I know he looks rough and tough, man, but he likes to smile. He really values respect, man, and that's what I really like about the guy. So before we get started, I just want to say again, thank you, and also let's get to the first question. Where are you from, and how did you grow up?
Where am I from? I'm from Bullied, California. It's about 30 minutes from Sacramento. And where did I grow up? I grew up out here in this city, and here, Bullied, California.
How was your upbringing, man? Do you have your parents, and were you always in Lodi?
So I was born here and raised here, but the first preschool, kindergarten, first grade, 6 months out of the year, we were going to Mexico, Zacatecas, and so raised over there for a little bit, come over here, and that's what we did for the first couple of years, and just going back and forth, and so I did have a little bit of schooling, I guess you could say, from over there, and yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. I had lived in Mexico myself, man. So it's a whole different vibe over there, man. I mean, I loved it. I mean, I almost died a few times over there, but I didn't live there long. I lived over in La Gloria near Rosarito, man. So
Okay.
What's your biggest memories of Mexico, man?
My biggest memories of Mexico is just going to the arcades out there. And, back over there, they got fichas. So they would put in the arcades, and my grandma would give me those fichas and go play the arcades out there. And just fun, I wasn't getting in trouble yet, it was just straight little, just running around, because over there is a little different. So just running around the streets, just trying to have fun. It's pretty much it,
Yeah. And then how were you in school, man?
So what I did in school over there, well, I had more of a homeschooling. So I would bring the packets with me from over here in the USA, and then do the packages over there and do the homework, and then just finish it off so I can have more fun over there during the 6 months that we spent over there.
So what was the deal? Why were you going back and forth?
Because my dad and my mom, they have good jobs, and they had enough time for vacation, so they would say, oh, we're going to stay a month. A month becomes 2 months. 2 months become 3 months, and so on and so forth. And then they were asking for, packages. Back then, school's a little different, so they just give me the package, like, here's the packages, have him finish it. When he comes back, turn it in, and he moves on. And that's what we were doing for a cool minute.
Yeah, because to be cross-cultural like that, even though you're already Mexican, it's kind of cool, man. It's kind of like raises an eyebrow with me because I've been there and lived there. So it's kind of exciting, It's kind of exciting living in Mexico, man. It was fun. So eventually, you're growing up, and you said your parents had good jobs. What was that enticement that started leading you towards, the criminal lifestyle or the dark lifestyle?
So for me was because of going back and forth here and over there, we would spend time over there, and I forgot how to speak English. So when I got back over here, all I knew was Spanish, and people would speak to me in English, and I would just kind of stand there like look at my mom, like, what are they telling me? And it started noticing in school, first grade. So I remember my mom and my dad had a meeting with the teacher, and they said we're gonna have to hold him back because he's not doing good in school. So when the kids that were in class with me moved to second grade and I was held back, that's when it kind of started, you know, and kids were making fun of me. I still remember how exactly, you know, where I was standing to the point where I wanted to run and just cry because it hurt. You know, up to now, even sometimes I think about it, it hurts. So, you know, it does hurt.
Yeah, was it bullying? Making fun of you?
It was being picked on. You know, it was considered bullying. You know, so it just from like, haha, you're not moving on. You know, you're gonna stay in first grade, haha, stuff like that. And then next thing I know, I didn't know how to handle it, and my dad would tell me like, they're just kids. You know, so that's, you know, having a dad that had that mentality, like, you know, and I was just like, okay. And then it just started carrying on, you know, because a kid that got held back, didn't know how to speak English, and then I was a fluffy kid, you know.
Yeah.
And so it just, one thing led to another, and it was just anger starting to build up, you know. So
Did you ever let out that anger? Did there come a point? 'Cause I know exactly what you're talking about. That anger has to go somewhere. It builds up and it has to explode, bro.
so for me, it did. I didn't know how to control it, but as a kid, I just kind of held it in. And when I would try to tell my mom and my dad, like I told you, you know, they just kind of like tell me just to brush it off. But you can brush it off so much until one day it starts boiling. And it didn't start boiling until I got into high school. And then that's when the drama really started happening for me, you know? So, but I could think of certain days from first grade to third grade to fourth grade to sixth grade. You know, it was that kid that everybody wanted to pick on, you know. And I up to now I still see some of these people, and you know, now they're kind of hesitant when they see me because they're like, oh, is he holding a grudge, you know? I just kind of just like whatever now, but it still hurts, you know. Sometimes I think about it, I bring it up to my kids and I explain to them, and you know, sometimes we'll pass by the schools and I'll be like, I was standing right here when this happened, or this happened, or this happened, you know, and you know, sometimes you could tell on my face expressions that it still hurts, you know.
Yeah.
It does.
And you know what I appreciate about you right now is because you're sharing that, because most of the people I interview, they're like not that open, you know,
Right.
because the way we grew up in you know, in neighborhoods or barrios, we don't want to
Right.
share the hurt that happened. But I'm glad you are, because a lot of the kids watching, a lot of the people watching been through that, man. And I appreciate that, because you're being open. And then obviously, you know, I know, you know, you entered into the whole barrio scene.
Right.
Tell us a little about that, and you know, in your own words. You don't got to be specific, and just how you got enticed, and you know how that whole life went, man.
So back to sixth grade. So I started. That's when I first saw American Me, and I liked that way of dressing. In school where I was at, nobody really dressed like that. It was just kind of like regular or preppy. So when I started coming to school with the tank tops and the white shirts and the Dickies, kids were making fun of me. You know, they're like, "Oh, look like you have a bra on," and stuff like that. And you know, it was still affecting me, but I was trying to be something, you know, that I thought was cool. You know, and I just kept dressing like that. And then it just started adding up. I got to middle school and it got worse. I couldn't fit in with the cholos. I couldn't fit in with the preppies. So I just kind of stayed to myself. And because of me staying to myself, I thought that would have been a good thing, which it wasn't, because it was more of a reason for people to pick on me, because I was the loner. I was the kid that didn't hang around with nobody. I knew one or two people here and there, and I just couldn't find the right people to hang around with, because their friends would pick on me, and it just carried on, you know. So it was just very difficult to stay in school during the the middle school days, and it was hard. It was very hard, and yeah.
And then how did the gang get into your life? How did you start entering the gang life and all that?
So for the gang life, I what happened to me was when I got to high school, you know, I guess you could say that, you know, the gang life, they're everywhere, you know, in high school. And I started hanging around and I started drinking. And then from there, I just, you know, well, you know, drinking leads to smoking weed and all that. And it started becoming more of a party thing. I was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm starting to like this. And then me feeling like I was hanging around Cholos, you know, I felt like I have power, you know, and so when I would walk around people that I didn't like or that I had a grudge with against because they used to bully me when I was younger, now I felt like, you know, I'm becoming Cholo, and you can't tell me nothing because now it's on, you know, and that's where the fights would happen, and you know, just one thing leads to another, and you're throwing blows left and right, you know, and it just carried on, you know.
Yeah, the blows come, guns come. You know, it just gets worse. It starts off blows, but it always ends to blows. You know, and unfortunately, did you end
Right.
up in jail?
I ended up in jail in 2004, and from there we just I try to I noticed that I didn't care. You know, for me it was like uh, I don't know. I just, you know, some people, you think that they would learn the first time. I was one of those knuckleheads that didn't catch on. That just like whatever, you know. I didn't care. You know, this is something I was liking it. You know, because even in there it was just like, whatever, you know. And then you would hear COs say, "Oh, you'll be back." Like, like I would just laugh about it. Like, yeah, so you know, I didn't care. You know, because well, the way I see it is that a bullying and I didn't get the attention from my parents because my parents were workaholics and I came from a good family, but because I didn't get that attention from my parents like I wanted, I went looking for it someplace else. And from there, it opened the door to, you know, like, wow, this is what's out there. Like, okay. And, you know, fighting to ending up in jail to going to prison. But to me, I feel like it was because I didn't get the attention from my parents. I'm not blaming my parents. You know, I'm older now. I got kids too, and I get it. But there was something that was missing from my parents that I couldn't get from them. That I got from, you know, being with, you know, homeboys. You know, and the love and all that. And from there, it just, you know, I just escalated it to fighting to going to the pen. You know.
Yeah. How was the first time walking into prison, man?
Walking into prison, it was one of the hardest things, you know. I'm not gonna lie, you know, it scared the shit out of me. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, you know. it my knees were trembling, you know. Something that you only see in movies, you know, and I was just like, wow, you know, I'm here. I made it here. Like, you know, you literally gotta be on your P's and Q's and, you know, just looking over your shoulder.
Wow.
It's very hard, you know, and I mean, when I got to Pelican Bay, that was even more of a like, wow, because when they say open the John Wayne gates and you're going into the yard, I mean, it literally opens like that. So you're like, I was just like, oh my God, you know, it's like, this is something you see on National Geographic. It's not something that you would imagine yourself being there one day, you know? So, yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Okay.
Wow. So Pelican Bay, man. When you found out you're going to Pelican Bay, I mean, that's when you think of Alcatraz, you also think of Pelican Bay, you know? That's the place you don't want to go. I've been on vacation a few times, you know what I mean?
Right.
I've never been to Pelican Bay. Tell us about the bus ride, how you're feeling going up there, man.
Oh man, it hits home because you know it is hard to speak on. When I got my transfer bag, it said PVSP, and I didn't know what that was. And I asked my celly, I go, "What's PVSP?" Like, I don't know. And then somebody down the tier says, "Hey, homie," he goes, "PVSP stands for Pelican Bay State Prison." So I turned yellow. I was like, "What?" I was trying to stay in Tracy in DVI, you know. I was like, "Oh man," I'm like, "Okay." So I put that hardcore face on, and I was just like, "Okay, whatever." So you know, next thing I know, I'm on the bus being transferred, and I'm looking at the whole scenery, you know, from there to all the way over there. I didn't want to fall asleep, you know, because I felt like, you know, I got 2 strikes. You don't know what can happen. You're in prison, you know, and you know I'm not gonna back down for nobody while I'm in prison, you know, and and you know, I just felt that when we got on the 101, I got to see the beach, and I told myself this might be the last time I ever see the beach.
Right.
You're going to Pelican Bay State Prison. You don't know what's going to happen. You know, you think of when you hear that, you think of the riots you see on National Geographic. So so I was just like, you know, enjoy the view because I'm not going to back down from nobody. And because you know, that's some place you just got to be macho, you know. And it, it the view that I seen, I was just taking it in. I was like, enjoy it, you know. Um, at that time, I was going through a divorce, so I told myself, you know, I got to think about myself in here, and I can't think about the outside world, you know, because now I'm going to one of the craziest places in California. Once I got there, you know, I just felt that, well, here we go, you know, and let's see what happens. And it, it hurts because, you know, I while I was doing my time in there, I lost both my grandfathers, you know, and I was close to both, but I was close to one more, you know, and it just so many emotions go through my head when you ask me that question. I just there's so many and so much I want to say because it's like it hits home. It's even though after 9 years, it's still like it's still fresh, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, it's I know what you mean, man. I was there, and I mean, you know me now. I'm a Christian, but
Right.
I don't want to lose no one while I'm busted. You know what I mean? I remember, and thank God. I mean, I didn't lose my grandparents while I was in there, man. I can't imagine going through that in there. You know, because if you're in the Mexican culture, man, grandparents are everything, man. Parents too, man, but especially your grandparents. You know, they're hard. They're with you. And then, man, what about getting off the bus, bro? Like, how was that, bro? And then going, you know, how was it, man?
So getting off the bus, you know, I look over and you see all these CEOs standing there, I should say, and they're telling you to get off the bus, and they put you in the cage. Here's your blues, you know, and you know they're waiting for you to send you off with a bunch of people, and I'm there. By this time, I'm more like, you know, coming to reality. I'm here, you know. It's like it's happening. I still had a part of me that still was like, damn, I can't believe I'm here, you know. And so that part for me, I was just kind of like looking around my shoulders, you know, like, you know, because that you're starting to notice everybody's starting to go, you know, whatever race you are, they're starting to And I was just like, okay. So now I'm going to the point, like, now they're telling us, hey, line up, we're going to the yard. So now we're lining up, hands behind your back, and I hear open the John Wayne gates. You see the John Wayne gates open. Now you're sitting in the yard, and the air on it, the air inside the yard. You know, you can feel the tension. You know, it's hard to breathe, and you know, it's like, whew, you know, even thinking about now, it's like I have to take a deep breath because it's like it's hard to breathe on there. It's the tension, you know, and once once I got there, you know, it's like, you know, you got to get adjusted to this whole new life in there for a while, you know. You know, I was still trying to tell myself, you know, yes, I got 2 strikes, you know, and I'm gonna make it home. But I always told myself, I'm in here, you know, just, you know, everybody has to, you know, be on their P's and Q's there, you know. It's just
Crazy, crazy. And unless like you've been to those places, man, what he's talking about, even when something's gonna go down, you can feel it. It's a weird vibe, man. It just on the yard, you know when something's going up, man, going on, or you know, just like when you walk into a room and you walk in a room where 2 people have been fighting and you kind of sense it. It's kind
right.
of like that in the yard, man. So
Right.
when you were at Tracy, was it were you at reception or were you on the?
It was reception.
Wow, that's
It's
pretty
the
crazy.
reception, yeah,
Pretty
and you
crazy.
know, but they at that time they still had a, you know, if your points were low enough or whatever, you could stay there. I was asked, you know, hey, do you want to stay there? I go,
Mm.
and I go, yeah. I go, you know, they give you 2 options, so I said there, and I forgot the other one. And then next thing I know, they're like, nope, oh, I'm getting shipped up there, you know. So, yeah.
And yeah, I was in Tracy a few times, but on the not on the reception side, on the main line. But
Oh,
back,
the main line.
yeah, I'm older than you, so back then
Right,
it was a level 3, 4.
right,
Yeah,
right,
it was
right.
crazy, man. And
Yeah,
check out the video one day I put up about a Norteño Sureño football game. I put up, man. It's crazy. You wouldn't
right,
believe it, but it happened. And you know, I don't know how that happened, bro. But you know, with all the war, I don't know, man. It's
right,
crazy.
right.
But yeah, man. So, what different prisons did you go to?
That was the one. That was the one. But that, you know, prior to that, it was county, you know.
County in
But
Tracy.
for me, hitting Pelican Bay, you know, and just, it was like, wow, okay, you know, this place we ain't playing games, you know. And I think it was, to me, sign to God, you know, telling me like, hey, I want to slow your ass down. Sorry for cussing, but you know, um, it's I didn't understand why I was being sent there. I couldn't comprehend it. I was like, why, you know? But after doing my time there, and I was getting ready to parole, and next thing I know, I'm out. I understand now, you know, because I've changed from that knucklehead that went in and to where I'm at now. You will never see me smiling back in the day.
Right.
Now I enjoy life. Now I smile because I'm able to, you know, enjoy life. And it hits home because, you know, uh, because when I went in, I lost everything. You know, I had a good job. I was in the, you know, process of trying to work on seeing my other 4 kids, you know, and his baby mama drama. and I was just spiraling down, just trying to figure out life. And then I hit, you know, going to the pen, and then the next thing I know, I come out, and it's like I just told myself it's gonna be all right, you know. I made it through there. I could definitely make it out here, you know. And then next thing I know, like 2 months later, I'm getting married to my new wife, and you know,
And that's
yeah, Erin. And next thing I know, she keeps me in check, you know. And
oh man.
I don't know. It's just like people that knew me from the past. They knew I was, you know, I would never smile. I was always, you know, just not not a care in the world for nothing.
Yeah.
To where I'm at now, and I just enjoy life and do things I've never done before. You know, I've never been camping until I met my wife. She took me, and I was just kind of like, wow. Just I don't know, just things I've never done before. Before it was just me being in this town, and you know, and don't cross my path, basically, you know. And now it's like I see people, and I'm just like, hi, hey, how you doing? You know, just enjoying life. You know, it's different now. I can laugh. I just I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I'm a different person. You know,
You know what?
mentally.
The first time I met you, man, even up till now, you know, now that we've known each other a while, just that's what I appreciate, bro. You're real, bro. You look hard. You know, like you scare grandmas at the supermarket, bro. But you're a nice guy. You're real, bro, and that's what I dig, bro. And you know, a lot of people you know, I hear comments. You know, the film industry, bro.
Right.
Because I used to be a gangster, but
Right.
now, you know, I'm just a regular dude now, and I smile, bro. I laugh, and people, oh, you know, what a dork. I don't care. I'm gonna
I
laugh.
don't
I'm
care.
gonna
Yeah.
have fun. I'm gonna have fun, bro. You know what? You can try to play the hard role. I'm gonna love life. I'm gonna, you know, enjoy life, bro. So you met Aaron, man. How long has it been now?
9 years. 9
9 years.
years.
And how many?
Literally, when I got out from the pen, 2 months later, you know, we were already talking, you know, as friends prior to that. We were writing to each other. Then when I got out, you know, we started talking again. And because now we're face to face, and we started noticing we had a lot in common. And, you know, we just fell for each other. Next thing I know, you know, I asked her to marry me. And she said, yeah. And now, 9 years later, we're still together. And, you know, next year will be 10. And so it's exciting, the 10 years, you know.
Yeah, my next year is my 10 years too, bro. So that's cool, bro. She's your ride or die, huh?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, she's everything to me. You know, she's the one that keeps me in my place, you know, because even though I've been out of the pen, you know, it's like we all need that someone that's going to keep you in your place. You know, I know some people don't want to hear it like that, but it's true.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have that before. And now I got that one that, you know, that's my backbone. You know,
Yeah.
if I think one way, she's going to be like, think about this way. And then I put together and
Hey, I dig it, bro. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. And then so for everybody watching, if you haven't seen, you need to Google, go to YouTube, punch in Cholo Challenge. This guy is around the world. I mean, celebrities, I mean, everyone. Long before I knew him, I seen his videos. Tell us how this whole thing happened with Cholo Challenge, man. Start from the beginning. Let's hear it, man. I've never heard you talk about it, so I want to hear it too.
um, so how it started was when the Kiki challenge came out a couple years ago. Everybody was doing that Kiki challenge, and a homeboy from Southern California asked me. He messaged me and told me, "Hey, do the Kiki challenge," and I'm like, I ain't doing no Kiki challenge. I go, that's not me. That's not my style. And the next thing I know, I sat there and I go, man, I'm gonna come on my own. Just, you know, it wasn't even for a challenge or anything. I just kept the challenge because it said Kiki challenge. And I'm a Cholo, so I put the Cholo and Cholo challenge. Next thing I know, I did the challenge, and it was just towards him because my page used to be private. And I guess it started going viral. And they told me, let your page go, you know, where everybody can see it. So I said, okay. And I remember going to sleep that night, and the next day it was all over. So I was just like, all right. And I wasn't gonna do no more. Next thing I know, people are like, do another one. Where'd you learn how to dance like that? See, well, the dancing part comes into where I was getting bullied. Right? My dad back then, as a kid, he'd tell me, I don't want you fighting. You know, so everybody has a method of how they deal with their bullying. What I did was I remember my uncles, you know, they were cholos and the way they were dancing. So I just kind of mimicked it, you know. And my time when I was getting bullied, I closed the door and just like to dance as a little kid. And I think it carried on. So I used those type of moves in my cholo challenge. And the video started going viral. Next one, I added a bike, a lowrider bike. Next one, I ended up adding the one with the car that was hopping. And that one opened all my doors.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's incredible.
There's where I'm at now. Yeah.
Wow, man. I Tell us some of the responses and some of the people who seen it. I know you just sent me a text the other day. Man, tell us about all that stuff, bro, if you can, you know.
So at first, you know, it was a mixed emotions with people of what they had to say. Some liked it, some were like, you know, that's negative dance. You know, you're bringing up the cholos, this and that. You know, what are you saying for the example of kids? And I'm like, I go, okay, wait a minute. No, that's not just cholos dancing. I mean, if you dance like that, you dance like that. You don't have to be a cholo. That's just the way I was, you know, dancing. And I don't know. It just took place. You know, it just opened doors. And next thing I know, people were doing it, and people were wearing Converse and slapping them chucks, and then it ended up going around the world. And I was getting videos in Korea, China, Japan, everywhere. You know, and the next thing I know, I'm like, wow. And doors of opportunity were open for me. And I didn't know how to deal with it. I was like, I don't know what to do, you know? So, and now I'm here with you.
Yeah, man. Those opportunities to drive. Where I first met him was a movie shoot. They were shooting at my house, actually. I forgot what movie. Do you remember what movie it was for?
Cholo Zombie.
Cholo Zombies. Cholo Zombies with Cedar Films.
Yeah.
The movie coming out this summer, actually. One of my friends is making it. And it was funny, right here at my house, me and Pete Bollinger, the executive producer, we're sitting in my front yard and they were filming something else. There's filmed so many movies here, bro. I don't even know. Talking, bro, and we're just like, wouldn't it be funny to make a movie about, you know, we're talking about zombies, about cholos that become zombies or something like. We started just making all this stuff up and laughing, bro. And little did we know we turn it in, you know, into a movie. You know,
right.
That's how movies start. It was just a funny joke between us, and hey, that's a good idea. And if you're a movie maker, you're all, you know, and next thing you know, got you involved, and then I know you sent me a text the other day. Can you share about somebody who wanted to use your picture?
Oh, yeah. So they it was a principal on Instagram that wanted to utilize my figures, I guess, of me on a shirt, you know, but the proceeds are going to go to helping the community and somewhere in Los Angeles. And I said, you know, I got a little more detailed into it. At that time, I didn't know too much. You know, I just knew it was a logo, and they wanted to ask me permission and all this and that. And I said, yeah, then, you know. And once I got the lawyers involved and everything, because you have to look into it, they said, yeah, it's fine. You know, the proceeds go to helping the community. So I guess there's going to be some shirts coming out of a certain amount. You know, it's not like mine where you see them all the time. And the money's going to go to the proceeds to the community to help Los Angeles.
Yeah. What do you think about people around the world doing slap the trucks and all that stuff? You know, what do you trip out when you see the copy videos? Do you trip out, or what's your thoughts?
Well, like 9 times out of 10, they send them to me. Every now and then they'll hashtag it, and then I'll find it on my hashtags. I think it's pretty cool. I never imagined that it was going to lead to where it's at now, where like I'm walking down the street and people stop and they'll, you know, I'm just like, oh, thank you. You know, it's kind of like a way of showing support. You know, I bought Chucks because of you, or you know, like, or people getting my logo tattooed on them. They put Chucks on them right here. One guy in Germany put the decal. Oh no, that was in Mexico. He put the decal of this on back of his car. Another guy tattooed that on him on his arm. I think there was another a girl and a guy that tattooed my logo on their head right here or their neck or something like that. So I was like, wow, just I don't even have it yet.
You even have room, bro?
I have room somewhere. I'll make room.
Hey, tell us about the tattoos, man. What's your love for the art, man? Tell us about it.
So the tattoo, I mean, I started that, I think, when I was like 11, 12 years old. I don't know. I thought it was cool. So got, first one was like 3 dots right here. I did it with like a little needle.
Yeah.
And then after that, I don't even know what I got after that. I just know that I just started going crazy. And then as I got older, and I wasn't under my dad's roof because my dad, he was very ranchero.
Yeah.
He didn't believe in that. I was just like, I started getting more and more and more. And before it was more evil stuff, I would say. I used to have a big 666 here. And my girl, my wife, she was like, I don't like that. I told myself, I would never take the 666. Because I was desmadroso. To me, that's what it meant, not caring, And when I got with her, she's like, I don't want that on your head. So I covered it with some roses right here. Well, I only did.
You didn't want it, Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron didn't want it.
Good woman, Aaron.
So I did that. And then a lot of more, after I got with her, my tattoos were more based towards her, because she's the one that's with me 24 hours a day. So I was like, I got her name tattooed here, all over. I got her face tattooed on the back of my head, and yeah. So.
That's cool. That's cool, bro. And you know what's cool, man? You never judge a book by its cover, man. You're a good dude, man.
Thank you.
So, man, what's coming up in the future, man? Like, what do you got coming in your vision, in your mind, and like even stuff you haven't even started, but you know it's coming, What can we look forward to?
There was a couple projects that we have pending going on down there with you guys out down there, but I can't move right now because of the whole coronavirus thing. And as for the Cholo Challenge itself, I have a big project that's coming out I was going to work on. We were going to do it this weekend, but because of the coronavirus, I had to put it on hold. I don't want to give too much out, but it was going to be big. One of my biggest Cholo Challenge that I personally did by myself, putting together, getting people involved, helping me out, and I have to wait now. What else? That's what I see with Cholo Challenge down the line is that I want to get more into the movie scene. I'm starting to like it, I like to be involved with people that have the same mindset as me. Fun. Even though we all look like cholos, but we're there for fun.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just liked it. It was cool doing the Cholo Zombie because I didn't know what to expect going there. And for an example, when they said just dance, and I'm like, okay, I didn't know. I thought they were gonna say, oh, you have to read a line or do this, and do that. Next thing I know, they're like, just do what you do best, and act like you're kicking with the homies. And I'm like, oh, okay. Next thing I know, it was easy, and I got to meet a lot of cool people.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm kind of, trying to edge myself is that way. See what it leads to, And I can't stop doing Cholo challenges because I get messaged by a lot of supporters like, hey man, when's your next one? We're waiting for it. And every time I try to stop, I don't want to do it sometimes. I get messages from a lot of people telling me like, hey, you remind me of my brother. He passed away last year. He danced like you, he looked like you. Can you do your boogie? Or there was a little girl that had cancer and she was going through it, and her parents messaged me and told me what makes her smile is when you do your boogie. So I did a boogie, and I was like, okay. So there's always a reason why I do it. Before it was just fun, but now it's more of a reason. It puts a smile on a person's face, so I'm gonna do it. So that's what I got going on. I have a couple other things coming up outside the state. I can't speak on it too much yet because they just told me to hold on. We'll get to it, and I said, okay. So, just everything's on hold right now.
Yeah, man. And yeah, you're right. And that's cool. It's encouraging to hear all that stuff's coming, bro. And
Hmm.
we just had a big meeting yesterday, with a bunch of producers on the phone with, some big company kind of stuff. And
Right.
like I say, that's going on behind the scenes, but the filming is on hold, bro. And, but I encourage you, man, keep, the best thing you can do right now while we're down, there's a place called No Film School. And for everybody out there watching, a website called No Film School. Go on there, man, and you can learn all kinds of stuff. Even sharpen up your acting skills, man.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, man. And there's free acting videos and on YouTube for everybody. I'm talking for everybody, and because we're always looking for good talent.
Right. Right.
But man, bro, it's cool to hear that you're not stopping Cholo Challenge. That thing has to go on and on and on, and I love it. And man, let's see what the future brings. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can't wait. I really thought by 6 months when I first started, it was going to be over. And then opportunities just kept opening. And I was like, okay, at first it was kind of overwhelming because I didn't know how to deal with it. And next thing I know, I'm just, I kind of figured things out. If I don't, I make phone calls and ask people's opinions on what they think, or people that have been in there before I was. And now I kind of have an idea. So, it's working, coming,
Yeah, I got to you're going, man. With the lowriders and getting off and all that's cool, man. I like that. You got the vision, bro. You got the vision, man.
Thank you. Yeah.
So before we go, what's a funny story that happened because of the way you look?
I would say there was a one time in the past where this lady, what was it that she dropped? Well, okay, I remember now. So basically, I was in the store, and she looked at me and grabbed her purse. She thought I was gonna take it from her, and I was like, I just kind of laughed about it, like, they don't know me, and she dropped a $20 bill. So I went behind her, and she kept looking back like, oh, he's following me. And so I said, excuse me, ma'am. And I tapped her on the shoulder. So you dropped this. And then she looked at me like she felt dumb, So
Wow.
it's not that it was funny. I thought it was kind of funny, like, because I felt like, don't judge a book by its cover, because you don't know. I might be the one that'll save your life. I might be the one that'll be your protector. You just don't know. And after she got her money, she just looked at it and said, gave me that look like, thank you. Like she felt dumb. And
beautifully said, because that's kind of the reason I brought it up, bro. Because the other day we filmed a music video with Second Chance, and if you would have saw the people here who was here, you would have thought thug,
Right.
And but like one of them, midget local,
Yeah.
He's all very well known rapper.
Right.
He looks hard, but if you talk to the guy, the guy, he's about positive in his family. You know what I mean?
Right. I follow him. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the Rockin' Chicano here. Another guy looks hard. We
Right.
have the Martinez boxing team here. And just all these guys, bro. They all look hard, but they're all coming together for good causes, bro. So don't judge a book by its cover.
Right.
I love it, bro, because there's raza doing good. So man, and you know what, Chicanos, Mexicanos, Latinos, really coming up, man. A lot of people out there are making waves in the film industry and opening doors for us. I could think of so many people. Wilson Ramirez. I mean, on and on. Steve Villegas. Obviously Emilio, Danny Trejo. They're opening doors for us to walk in, and now's the time to go forward, bro. And also our children, man, let them open the doors so they can do better than us, right?
Right. Yeah. That's main key right there. You don't want your kids to turn out like how we were,
Yeah.
I don't want none of my kids to turn out like me,
Yeah.
I want them to do better.
Yeah, man. So as far as parenting, man, and like I'm in the same boat, bro. Last time I've been on vacation was 25 years ago. 25, I mean, I'm old now, bro, but 25 years ago, I've been kind of like out of the scene. What advice would you give to people who maybe just got out of the joint, have kids, man? Like, how do you be a parent after having such a life with traumatic experiences?
So what made me become the person I am is because I always sit back of like, I don't want my kids to turn out like me. So I always think about the past of how I was. So I was like, I gotta better them so they don't be like me. You know, I always go back and think. So that's what helps me thrive to be a better person. I think of all the crap that I went through, so my kids don't have to be like that. So that's why I thrive. I thrive on that because I was like, my kids ain't doing that. So that's what I do. Just think about the past. So past makes me, be a better person. So
Yeah. That's cool. And what about the kids right now who are about to walk into the lifestyle you lived, or in that lifestyle? Like, what would you say to them? Or maybe some kids watching who are maybe going on that wrong path. What advice could you give to them?
I would say if they're following down the footsteps of, starting to become a gangbanger, or trying to, be that kid that everybody wants to be, that cool kid, better think about it twice because later on down the line, you're gonna be like us, looking in out. You know what I mean, from the inside of the pen, and you're gonna be like, where did I mess up? And it's not a pretty sight in there. You know, that, all I can say is that's one thing, and the other thing I would say would be, you know, be yourself. Don't follow anybody, because are you following somebody else? You don't know if they're actually guiding you on the right path, or if you're going to be doing 20 to life. You know? So just be yourself, be real, and that's it. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you get locked up, your homeboys ain't going to be there. You know, they're going to be out there partying, having a good time, while you're sitting in your cell. Looking at the CEO when you walk by. That's all you're going to get. So that's pretty much all I can say.
Yeah. What's a trip about the neighborhood? If you get busted, you have a girlfriend or something, and you're doing some time, chances are your homeboys ain't your homeboys. They're going to try to move in, and that's real, right? That's real. That's real.
You know what? I want to say, I'm glad that I did my time, solo. I didn't have a lady or anything, because, the first time I got locked up, let's just say I went through a situation like that, So, you learn the hard way, and I did learn the hard way. So it's like, it's just, it happens. That what you just said is real talk,
Yeah. And the other thing that you just said really happens is that when you get busted, you really find out who's really there, and your homeboys ain't really there. It's really your family, bro. It's really your family that takes care of you, puts money on your books, look out for you, and you find that out later in life. And what's cool now is that, Javier Cholo Challenge, he's living the life right now. He's living the American dream, man. He got a beautiful wife. He got kids. He works. He's impacting people. His videos are around the world. I mean, that's what you want, guys. If you're out there going that wrong way, I know we're not trying to preach to you,
Nah.
but we're just trying to say that, hey, we've been there. We've been on vacation. We've been to some of the worst places to go on vacation, if you know what I'm talking about. And it's not where it's at, man. And hopefully you don't have to walk in our footsteps, because you could live the fun lifestyle and dress, with the Latin twang and all that, and still have fun and enjoy life without going through that. So but yeah, man. Hey, is there anything else before we close that you want to share with all your fans and people out there?
I just want to thank everybody, because without my supporters, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. And they're the reasons why I keep doing Cholo Challenge, you know. I'm pretty sure when I get on my phone in a little bit to check, I'll probably have more supporters. You know, I don't know why they follow me. I think it's the boogies. A lot of them say, you keep it real, but this is just me, and I just want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart, because I do all this for you guys, and sometimes I don't sleep because I'm thinking about what's my next step for Cholo Challenge because I know my supporters are waiting on me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys, and there's a lot more for me to come to bring to you guys.
Yeah. I got a challenge right now for all you people watching this, and I want to challenge you guys. Make a video like you seen them dancing. Make a video, put some music, tag them. If you watch this video, do the Cholo Challenge. Tag him, post it, and let us know. We want to see it, man.
There you go.
Andy, keep the vision going.
So, real quick, I want to say also thank you to my wife and my kids because they're, sometimes I kind of put Cholo Challenge before them, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, Cholo Challenge is over. I gotta, spend time with family. So I just want to give them a thank you because they put up with Cholo Challenge so much in this household.
Right. So how do people get a hold of you if they want to follow you, contact you, maybe put you in a movie, music video, or buy some of your gear, t-shirts? How do they do all that?
So on my Facebook, just find me at Xavier Juarez. It'll pop up. You'll see a lowrider hopping on it. Instagram, Cholo Challenge. YouTube, Cholo Challenge. Anything Cholo Challenge is gonna pop up, and it comes directly back to me. And that's where you can find me. So if you guys want to book me for whatever, or want a shirt, that's how you can find me through any of that stuff. Just put in Cholo Challenge, it'll pop up.
Cool, man. You wanted to share something for all the
people? Yeah. So I wanted to say that for all those kids that are on house arrest, and you can't move, don't think that it has to be that way. There's always a better opportunity once you get off of house arrest to change, and things will get better. So that's pretty much it.
Cool, man. Sharing love, man. Always giving back, bro. So we want to thank you again. This ends this interview. We appreciate everybody for watching. Remember, do the Cholo Challenge. That's right. Copy, paste, tag this guy. Get the word out. Do the dance. And let's let it go around the world, guys. Put it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Let's do it, man. Let's support this guy. Pick up a t-shirt. Support him, man. He gives back. So God bless you all. Thank you again, Xavier Cholo Challenge, for coming on the show. Thank you, Aaron, for lending him to us, and children also, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.